powered.
And now it's that time that we shine the spotlight on you and the weather in your backyard. We're going to check out some of our favorite photos uploaded to theweathernetwork.com. We begin taking you over the rainbow. Here we are in Canada, Ontario. How gorgeous is this? That's a great shot, by the way. And really, that's the reward after a storm. Not always, but it's always fun when we do get to see something like this. And to Parry Sound, Ontario, what a tranquil, beautiful shot. I hope you're on the lake today, Dwayne. Tomorrow, conditions are looking good for you. And in Weyburn, Saskatchewan, we saw a lot of active weather. Some localized flooding took place during this week. Sheila, thanks so much for showing us this. This is the aftermath, of course, and this is in the heart of a storm in McLennan, Alberta. Thank you to Randy for showing us this beautiful light show.
Local forecast is brought to you by Big and Tall London's Menswear.
Active weather is coming up right after this local forecast.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Big and Tall London's Menswear, Canada's best online source for big and tall men's clothing.
Lots of instability in the air for a Saturday night. We're looking at a potential for thunderstorms all the way from Windsor up to the mouth of the St. Lawrence, extending into northern regions of Ontario as well. A lot of us have seen this active weather already. Some of us have yet to see it, and some of us won't see anything at all. And that's really going to be the case on Sunday because we have two systems. Let me break this down for you. We have a warm front to the bottom, to the southerly regions. That's what's bringing us really active weather to southwestern Ontario, really in the overnight hours, and a cold front passing through the Ottawa, Montreal region, also triggering thunderstorms in that area as well. But it's not only Ontario that's seeing active weather. Northern regions of the prairies, BC, all the way across to Manitoba could be seeing some active weather, and you're more likely to be seeing that if you're in the Cold Lake area. Also Grand Prairie, Sunday especially, a potential for some hail, heavy downpours, and very strong winds. We have more on this coming up. Stay with us.
Open Saturdays.
Open Sundays.
There's always something new.
Sheesh.
TD Canada Trust is now open Sundays at over 300 of our branches. It's how we're making banking more comfortable.
I know exactly what I need to wear that day.
This will surprise you, but you see what the weather's going to be like.
Oh.
Do you have shingles that look like this? If you do, it's time for a new roof.
Think of the roof shingles as the umbrella to your home. They're the first line of defense against the elements getting in. I wouldn't recommend this as a do-it-yourself project. Call the professionals. This is Harley and Alan from DeLuca Roofing. They're going to explain how you do a new roof.
What a lot of homeowners aren't aware of is that this type of project requires a lot more than what they might see on the surface. Everybody's wearing a harness, and we have a coordinator that oversees the job. It's up to him to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
After the installers remove the existing shingles, they'll inspect the roof deck, and then they'll install ice and water shield, drip cap, and then sin felt. And this is a fiberglass-based shingle that we're going to be replacing on this roof.
And for more information and tips like this, visit me at progressiveconstruction.ca.
When it comes to eggs, hard-boiled means hard work. Messy shells, broken whites, and you'll be peeling all night. Well, not anymore. Introducing Eggies, the fast, easy way to cook hard-boiled eggs without the shell. Just crack and pour in your egg. Boil it right on your stovetop. Then twist it open for a perfect hard-boiled egg every time. Look inside. Eggies cook your eggs just like a real shell. And the non-stick interior means the egg slides right out when you're done. And here's something neat. Because Eggies cook flat on the bottom, they're easier to decorate and eat. Now enjoy delicious deviled eggs without peeling a single shell. Fast and fresh egg salad sandwiches. Or simply slice an egg over a chef salad. Eggies make the perfect healthy treat that kids love to eat. You can even make healthy egg white eggs that are cholesterol free. Look, peeling just one egg the regular way can take forever. But you can twist open 6 Eggies eggs in less than 30 seconds. And because you cook without the shell, you can add seasoning and ingredients before you boil. Plus, now you can even hard-boil healthy eggs from a carton. There's nothing else like Eggies. Watch again. Just crack, cook, and twist to enjoy delicious hard-boiled eggs just like this. And it's all dishwasher safe. Stop peeling all day and enjoy hard-boiled eggs the Eggies way.
During this special TV offer, you'll get 6 Eggies for just $14.95. As a bonus, you'll get the Eggies Slicer. Just place and slice for perfect results every time. Yours free. And here's something to get egg-cited about. We'll send you a second complete Eggies system. Just pay separate shipping and handling. This incredible value is all yours for just $14.95. Order now.
To order your Eggies today, please call 1-800-510-1507 or visit us at www.eggies.ca.
For fruits and vegetables, Maggie and I always ask Joe. He's the expert, and we only trust Caesar when it comes to Maggie's meals. They have a complete range of products designed for small dogs, so Maggie has an expert of her own. Caesar, devoted to small dogs.
The litter locker is simple to use and enables you to hygienically lock in embarrassing odors for good. And no need to look for bags with its continuous dispenser. Litter locker, on sale now.
This UV report is brought to you by Essilor.
Even if we use sunscreen and reapply it frequently, many of us neglect certain parts of our body. Eyes can burn, so protect them with sunglasses. For lips, there are balms with SPF of 50. Be sure to take frequent breaks in the shade and drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. For UV information anytime, visit theweathernetwork.com.
For further information on UV rays, contact your eye care professional. Happening Now is brought to you by Infinity.
Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to the Weather Network. I'm Denise Andriachi alongside Faradala.
Thank you so much for tuning in. In less than a minute, we'll have a full look at your local forecast. And if you can stay with us for the next couple of minutes, here's a few stories that we'll be talking about. Some amazing events happening right across the country, including the International Kites Festival in Atlantic Canada. The conditions are looking favorable for the beginning of the weekend, but are they going to last? Well, you have to stay tuned to find out. We'll have all those details just ahead.
And a nasty start to the weekend in the prairies. Weyburn, Saskatchewan, seeing heavy rain, wind, lots of unsettled conditions throughout the prairies. Is that going to stick around? Well, you'll have to stay tuned to hear the long-range forecast.
And on the South BC coast, Vancouver is gearing up for the Kites Festival. And so far, the conditions look beautiful. But we do see a system rolling in. We'll have more details on that just ahead. Stay tuned.
Your local forecast is brought to you by new Wonder Plus Simply Free.
Stay tuned to the Weather Network. Your national, regional, and long-range forecasts are coming up next.
This local forecast has been brought to you by new Wonder Plus Simply Free. The comfort of yesterday, the nutrition of today.
Your Weather Watch continues right here on the Weather Network. Hi, I'm Denise Andriacci, alongside Farah Dalla, who's coming up with your long-range forecast. Lots to get to in this hour, including top 10 videos of the week. But first, we're going to take a look at the Kits Festival in Vancouver, one of the largest festivals in the country. Lots to do. And thankfully, the Weather Network paid a visit, and the co-founder, Julian Phipps, talked more to us about what this event means for the community and how the weather plays a role.
The whole purpose behind Kids Fest is a sports and healthy living festival. As you can see, we've got many different sports divisions happening: volleyball, basketball, tennis, beach tennis, and this year we've introduced beach ice hockey. The main reason behind it is actually to give back to the community. Every year, part of the proceeds go back into a fund where we donate back into upgrading the facilities down here at Kids Beach. Perfect weather. This is the perfect weather. We love the sunshine. Put that sunscreen on, make sure you're safe. Get some shade if we need it. We got a lot of umbrella and tented areas, as well as nice trees, big trees out here that provide lots of shade, and it's a nice breeze.
Well, one of the best things about living in Ontario in the summer is getting to experience cottage country. A gorgeous shot of Muskoka, Ontario there. Perfect conditions, a little overcast, but no rain in sight. So that is always good news if you're heading out onto the water. And of course, the Oakville studios aren't too far from cottage country. Farah, have you gotten a chance to enjoy some of Northern Ontario yet this summer?
Part of my to-do list before the summer ends. I do intend on going up north and spending some time out on a campsite. Speaking of the north, we are seeing a risk of some thunderstorms, and that's extending throughout the Nickel Belt, cottage country, as well as southwestern Ontario. Some of these cells have the potential of becoming severe. Now, we're also watching throughout the pre-dawn hours. This is going to continue right across parts of Ontario and throughout Sunday as well. Just conditions are favorable for the development of thunderstorm activity. and those are extreme heat, meaning humid temperatures. Well, it's not extreme, but it can be uncomfortable depending on your taste. So although conditions are in and around the mid-20s, when you factor in the humidity, still around the mid-30s. And when we take a look at the north, it's slightly more comfortable in and around Wawa and Timmins. Gorgeous sunshine for Sunday, so if you're out at the cottage, it's a great time to spend the weekend. Taking a look now at the west, well, we're seeing a line of storms across the north, dry and humid across the south, but there is a weak area of low pressure that's developing just at the foothills of Alberta. That could potentially bring in some damaging winds, hail as well associated with this. So we'll be monitoring that for you for Sunday. Nonetheless, it's going to be very, very uncomfortable in terms of temperatures right across the prairies. We're seeing a southerly flow, and that's bringing hot, humid conditions across Regina for Sunday when you factor in that humidity, feeling closer to 41. Taking a look at the west coast now, I know it's the Kids Festival, but we are seeing a slight risk of showers in and around parts of the south coast. More on this in your long range. I'll tell you how long it's going to last.
This long range forecast is brought to you by Corona Extra.
So for Monday, we are seeing a chance of some showers along the BC coast, but the good news is that high pressure is not too far, and that's going to bring in some sunshine for Tuesday, a mix of sun and cloud. Now, this area of low pressure that was developing over Alberta will be pushing further east, and as it does so, it's going to intensify, and it could potentially bring in some severe thunderstorm activity. We'll be monitoring that for you on Tuesday, just along Manitoba as well as northwestern Ontario. Southwestern Ontario, high pressure in place, so Tuesday looks to be a gorgeous day, mix of sun and cloud, seasonal values. We're still seeing some wet weather because of these two lows inundating parts of Atlantic Canada. So it's going to be wet for you for Tuesday and Wednesday, as well as this area of low pressure may even bring in some showers and slight thunderstorms across the shores of Nova Scotia. We're still remaining dry across southwestern Ontario and still unsettled in northwestern Ontario because of that area of low pressure. Now across the west, cool and dry. I hope you can stay with us a little while longer, because coming up we'll talk about some of the big weather stories making headlines in weather news. Stay tuned.
This long-range forecast has been brought to you by Corona Extra. No matter what the weather is, you can find your beach with Corona Extra.
The best drives available. Now, with our best offers available. Introducing Mazda's best clearance event. The best drive, the best selection, the best time to buy, and the best offers. Get up to $2,000 dealer signing bonus plus 0% purchase financing for up to 84 months or 0% leasing. Mazda's best clearance event is on for a limited time. What do you drive?
Shut up and drive.
A tiny grain of rice. It can't run or walk, but man, can it fly. Just 2 minutes to the natural goodness of rice. Begin with my Uncle Ben's Bistro Express. Dinner is about to take off.
Maybe a new shirt. Maybe it's the pants. New jacket. New scarf. New sweatshirt. Probably the glasses. Oh.
Cialis. Ask your doctor. This is Cheryl. This is her 4-year-old computer she doesn't think she needs to update. So to show her what she's missing, we built a PC store in her house.
Oh my gosh!
What do you say we go shopping?
This one's very cool. Where's the tower for this?
Everything is right here.
Oh, stop.
Flip that screen around.
Very lightweight.
500 gigabyte hard drive.
I like the DVR thing. I like this one.
New PC in the house.
I'm a PC and I'm finally up to date.
Happening Now is brought to you by Train Heating and Cooling.
It's time now for your top 10 videos of the week.
Feeding right out of his hand.
Way too cute. Number 9, Bradley stood looking at the sky in Kelowna, BC, just waiting for the perfect lightning strike. And there it was, a pretty good one captured on camera.
Amazing. In Regina, bouncing hail has been a common sight across the prairies this summer. Matt shot this video from inside. Probably a good idea, judging by how much is coming down.
Yeah, no kidding. Number 7, this is not a freak snowstorm in August. The hail was piling up so fast in Saskatchewan this week, it looked like you needed some winter tires just to get down the street.
And if it wasn't hail, it was heavy rain from strong thunderstorms that had people grabbing for their cameras and likely hip waders, as this video from Paul shows.
We'll round out the top 5 next.
Your local forecast is brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Weather news is coming up right after this local forecast.
This local forecast has been brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Say goodbye junk, hello relief at 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
That was your local forecast. Now for a look at the top weather stories. Hello, I'm Denise Andriecci. A small earthquake rattled British Columbia Thursday evening. It was 3.3 magnitude on the Richter scale, and it struck 59 kilometers northeast of Vancouver. And now some people reported feeling it in Port Moody. Earthquakes in the region are not an uncommon event, but recently a new study determined that the fault line in the Pacific Northwest is actually 7 kilometers deeper than they originally thought. This could mean more bigger tremors for inland residents. Well, most of the Maritimes saw a seasonal day on Saturday. The sun was out and the wind was light, making it the ideal day to fly a kite. In Dieppe, New Brunswick, a kite festival has been flying for a few days now. But in order to pull off the event, the proper weather conditions are essential. Shelley Steeves has that story.
Ready to go? Okay. Okay, we're up and flying. Something I've been meaning to try and do for days, but I've been running and traveling. And I'd much rather be flying a kite than flying in an airplane.
William Farber has traveled a long way from home to share his #1 passion with Canadians.
I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I come to Dieppe, Canada because it's becoming one of the more well-known festivals in the Western world.
The Dieppe International Kite Festival draws in kite enthusiasts like William from all over the globe. They've come here to show off their flying skills. But turns out they're learning too. William says flying a kite is far more challenging here in Atlantic Canada compared to back home in Sydney.
The weather here is generally wetter, and the wind against a good Australian wind is what we call lumpier. It's got more gusts and more highs and lows, which means it's a little more difficult to control your kites. And as you can see, this one is jumping around a little. Excuse me 1 second.
So William has had to set up his handmade kite differently to tolerate changes in the wind. He says if he were to take up the hobby here in Canada, he'd recommend a more flexible model.
So what you want is a kite that will relax and expand, so to speak, and catch more of the available wind.
Because he says nothing compares to the feeling you get when one of these masterpieces takes flight.
Communicating with nature on a really one-to-one, very personal basis, no people around, nothing, just you and a kite and a very light wind where you can let everything else go. You can totally unstress, you can totally relax.
And let the wind take you on a spiritual journey. For the Weather Network, I'm Shelley Steeves in Dieppe, New Brunswick.
It's like pieces of art in the sky. Well, don't go anywhere. Your Weather Watch continues right here on the Weather Network. We'll be right back.
The following program is presented in described video for the visually impaired.
St. Jacobs is known as Ontario's favorite rural destination, and for good reason. It offers up a lush bounty of fresh-grown foods and exquisite handmade crafts and tools. One of the most fascinating experiences in St. Jacobs is the ability to watch local craftsmen and artisans shape their wares before your eyes, providing a behind-the-scenes glimpse of how their products are made. The famous and expansive farmers market is always stocked with produce, meats, crafts, and furniture produced by the local Mennonite community. You can spend hours wandering through the market. Just be sure to take something delicious home to enjoy. Come to St. Jacobs to relax or soak up the rich history. Be sure to visit St. Jacobs.
Is getting a good night's sleep getting impossible? Tired of wasting money on pillows that just don't work? Well, not anymore. Introducing Side Sleeper Pro. It's much more than a good night's sleep. The secret is Side Sleeper Pro's doctor-developed ergonomic patented design to help support the neck and spine. Here's how it works. Side sleeping on a standard pillow causes your head to tilt forward, placing pressure on the neck and shoulder as the vertebrae curves. Sleeping on your back still curves the vertebrae. Watch as Side Sleeper Pro guides your head, neck, and vertebrae into natural alignment, relieving pressure on the neck while unrestricting airways. The tail cradles your back to ensure correct posture. Now you can wake with less stiffness and feel rested thanks to improved sleep posture.
I invented the pillows because I wanted something that was mistake-proof and something that would be easy to use, something that was easy to adapt to support their neck and the lower back all at the same time.
I feel great. I feel like a new man. I get a great night's sleep now.
I feel younger. I don't feel all stiff, and it's really changing my life. The first time I tried the pillow, I loved it.
I had a fight with my boyfriend over the pillow.
It has the unique ear well so that you can rest your ear in it. It's got a long tail section, which is going to prevent that torquing of your spine during the night, which wakes you up. That's the uniqueness behind this pillow.
Other specialty pillows can cost hundreds of dollars, but not the Side Sleeper Pro. It's only $59.95 and it's guaranteed to work. But wait, order right now and we'll cut the price to $29.95. Side Sleeper Pro is filled for perfect comfort. Plus, order now and we'll include a washable cotton pillowcase for free. Call or order online at sidesleeperpro.ca and we'll double your order. Just pay additional shipping and handling. That's 2 Side Sleeper Pros for the price of 1. Don't pay $120, pay only $29.95. You'll get 2 Side Sleeper Pros and 2 free cotton pillowcases, a $120 value, but you must order now.
Is it a good day to be active outdoors? Check the Air Quality Health Index forecast and find out. If it's low, you're good to go. Get out there and do what you love to do. The Air Quality Health Index is available in limited areas of Canada. Related health messages can be found in the Air Quality section of our website.
Hitting the links.
Well, thank you for watching the Weather Network. Your local forecast starts in less than 1 minute. But let's take a look ahead at what you can expect across the country weather-wise. Well, we're starting in the West Coast, and Vancouver and Victoria are looking fairly seasonal for this time of year. Vancouver, you've got a little bit of kink in the plans for Sunday, but the rest of the week you're going to stay dry and seasonal. Now, it's Edmonton that's really seeing some unsettled conditions. And as we move through the prairies, we're seeing the humidity build up through Regina and Winnipeg, but that's going to lead to some storms later on in the week as we head to Ontario. Well, looking at an unsettled start to the work week through most parts of Ontario, especially as we head eastwards towards Ottawa and Montreal, much of the same, and the rest of the Maritimes looking slightly unsettled as well, although Monday in St. John's, Newfoundland, you're looking clear. Your local forecast starts right now.
Active weather is coming up right after this local forecast.
Traveler's Forecast is brought to you by Capital One Aspire.
A big thank you to all of our viewers for uploading your videos and photographs to our website. This taken in Windsor on Saturday, of a rainbow in a red sky. This is the storm, rather the calm after the storm, because an intense line of storms did sweep through Windsor. It's this squall line. Do you see that? It was through Windsor earlier on Saturday, and as it's pushing further east, may start to affect areas including London and Hamilton. So be watching that for you. But notice there's a cluster of storms just around southwestern Ontario, and that's really because of the hot, humid conditions that we'll be seeing throughout the course of this week as well as coming up. Now, take a look. There is a risk of these areas seeing potentially a risk of some thunderstorms. Now, some of these cells have the potential of becoming severe, so we'll be monitoring that for you. But the hot, humid weather coupled with daytime heating is really what could trigger off some of these thunderstorms. Now, we're seeing an intense line of storms also through Kingston. Big thank you, by the way, to all of our callers on our storm line reporting heavy downpours of rain and intense lightning. That's kind of what we can expect through storms like this. Nonetheless, also parts of southern Quebec seeing a fair share of stormy weather as well. More on this just ahead. Stay tuned.